And hello, this is Francisco from Virtual Location, and the best ways to virtualize your location. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to virtualize your location using your iOS device and a PC no matter where you are or where you want to be. And with today's demo, we will be using Pokemon Go to demonstrate the power of our software. With that said, let's begin. In Pokemon Go, there are Pokemon that are simply too hard to find depending on where you live, and some of the best Pokemon, such as Tyranitar, Mewtwo, and Dragonite, are even harder to find. Through Dr. Phone's virtual location, this will no longer be an issue, as you will no longer be bound to where you are located. Because you can find any Pokemon now, no matter where they are or where you are. And with that said, there are 3 methods of getting that done, and I will go ahead and explain those to you promptly. And the first method that we're going to try is going to be the teleport mode, which is going to virtualize your location in the sense that it's literally going to trick your GPS into thinking that you just teleported from one place to another, or your current location to wherever else in the world you would like to be. Secondly, there's a method of simulating a route between 2 points, and the number 3 is pretty much the same, but through 3 or more points instead of just 2. And the last 2 are best for egg hatching, or just seeing which types of Pokemon you'll be able to catch along the way. So I would recommend those 2 for the explorers among us mostly. So without waiting any further, let's go ahead and dive in. So now that we're here in the Dr. Phone software, all that we have to do is go ahead and click on virtual location, and then that is going to open up the appropriate window after just a second. So once you come here, you make sure that you click on this box right here, and once you're done, go ahead and click on get started. And your computer is just going to try and make sure that it can establish a secure connection with your iPhone, and once it has, it is going to fully load up the virtual location application. And as I mentioned before, we're going to be trying out 3 different methods in order to try and spoof our location. And the first one is just going to be straight up teleportation. So in this case, we're going to stick with the first panel over on this side, and we're going to go ahead and full screen this. But the software thinks that we're currently located somewhere in Toronto, which is going to be our main starting point. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and try and teleport somewhere else. In this case, since we don't have to mess around with anything down here, since all that we're doing is actually going ahead and teleporting. Again, just make sure that your phone is actually properly connected and that you have the Pokemon Go app open so that you can see in real time how everything here is affecting your Pokemon Go status and your location. So currently we are in the middle of Yonge Street and Hayden Street. So what we're going to do now is actually go ahead and teleport somewhere completely different. So in this case, let's go ahead and just type in any kind of crazy location in case we just wanted to travel out somewhere else. So let's go ahead and say that we want to go maybe somewhere in Montreal, and it's showing us a couple of locations here. Since we want to stay in Canada, I suppose, since we're already here, we're going to go ahead and click on Montreal, the very first location all the way on top, and then it's just going to take us all the way over there on the software itself, and it's going to ask us if we want to move here. And once we've gone ahead and confirmed this is exactly where we want to be, all that we have to do is click on move here, and then boom, all of a sudden we're going to be moved all the way over to Montreal. So we traveled from Ontario all the way to Quebec, and you're going to notice that on the Pokemon Go app as well if you look at your iPhone again. And that is going to be method number 1 of teleportation. And method number 2 is going to be based around 2 points. In other words, in this case, you're just going to create a simulation of what it would be if you were to walk from one point to another. In this case, we're actually going to use the bicycle in order to simulate this point, right? And the entire point of this part down here is to simulate speed, and this is going to come in handy in particular when it comes to using this one over here, which is going to be on the 2-point method. And in this case, since we're located over here, this is going to be our point A. Now let's say that from here, we're going to walk all the way to, let's say, this one avenue over on this side, since I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. If we click over on this side, it's going to be marked as point B. So in that case, we actually have point A and point B, and then all we have to do is click on move here. And then for the one-stop route, all that you have to do is go ahead and click on March, and this is going to tell us exactly how long it's going to take in order for us to get there. And once we're ready, we're going to go ahead and click on March. That your pointer on GPS is moving you all the way along this road, and it's going to take you to point B as we continue to proceed even further. And if you look back at your Pokemon Go app, it should be able to show you that your character is in fact walking in that direction, and that is in fact how you go through method number 2. And if you just feel like stopping at some point along the way, all that you have to do is go ahead and click on pause, and it'll stop right there. It will not continue to move until you click on March once more. And that is how method number 2 is going to work. And okay, so now we're going to move over to method number 3, which is going to be the 3-point method or more. And it's really just a multi-point method, as you can choose as many points or destinations as you would like, and your character or your pointer on your GPS and in Pokemon Go are going to move along a very specific route in that sense. So we're going to go ahead and click on the last one over on this side, and if we want to go a little bit faster and pretend like we're actually driving, then we can go ahead and actually do that. So in this case, all that we have to do, a variety of points, almost in the same way that we did with the 2-pointer one, and we would go ahead, for example, and say that we want to stop here first, and then we want to make another stop over here, but then we happen to want to go down the street. I'm just gonna say Queen Mary down here, and we've actually got point A, B, C, and D, but let's go ahead and actually add even another point, like just to drive that point home, pun intended, and maybe just another one over here. So then we're just gonna walk along this path until it reaches this one point over here. So then once you're ready and you've chosen your path, all that you have to do is click on move here, and as if you were in a car, it's going to show you how long it's going to take you once more. And then once you're ready, click on March, then it's going to begin moving in that direction, and you're going to be able to see that all the way back on your Pokemon Go app as well, and it's just going to keep going in that exact same path that you set for it. That is going to be pretty much everything for method number 3. Remember that you can take control of the movements of your location cursor with your keyboard, as that you're going to press the arrow buttons accordingly in order to switch the direction of the cursor while your GPS is simulating you walking. Just use your arrow keys, and a long press on any key will cause the cursor to rotate around to your liking. It's pretty simple stuff, and quite frankly, pretty useful too. And that has been 3 different ways of virtualizing your location, no matter where you are or where you want to be. Pretty much be able to catch any Pokemon from all over the globe. And if you liked this video and found it useful, then do leave a like and make sure to share it with others. And also, don't forget to comment what the hardest Pokemon to catch was that you've ever caught to this day. And with that said, don't forget that all the download links are going to be down in the description as well. And so, this has been Francisco from Virtual Location, signing out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.